coming into this race that the man to beat would be Ted Ligety. And Ted Ligety, though he said he's somewhat apprehensive about the first race because he doesn't know what other speed people are bringing, he didn't show any of that in this first run.
No, you ask him if he gets nervous, as we said, and he goes, I put more pressure on myself than anybody else. So he handles that pressure very well. But he pushed out of the gate. It was different from Janka. And he skis different. He gets more angles. He's prettier. He carves more of the turn. And already at this first intermediate, a half second up, Steve. And then he hits the steeps where he is aggressive. He's a fighter. He wasn't super clean, but he definitely attacked that whole steep.
Now, while Ted Ligety has won many races across the board in giant slalom, he has never won on this hill. Last year on this hill, the race was canceled after the first run. Ligety was in second place, certainly in position to do so. It's one honor he doesn't have in this discipline.
Yeah, he's been on the podium the last 3 times he's been here. He just hasn't been on the top step. He comes into this bottom. He lost a little bit of time, probably a little hesitant, but down here you can see he continues to work it. He's stepping off that ski. He's working that flats, and it pays off.
So Ted Ligety, in a run that looked like he was in complete control of the track and the speed that he generated, comes down with the fastest time. It's a narrow margin, 1800s, but that is always the story in Soelden. Ted Ligety, final skier to go. First time he has ever led the first run in Soelden, Austria. This, the man who won the World Championships last year in this discipline.
You know, I thought he had a perfect run that first run, but talking to his coach, Sasha Rarick, he said, Ligety was a little conservative on the steep. It didn't look like it to me, but look at this. He's stepping off of his ski. He's looking for speed everywhere from top to bottom. That's the Ligety way. He will always attack.
Oh,
Whoa.
And down on the elbow, but up without a problem. 6/10 up is Ligety. And now the tricky area where other skiers have gone down.
Yeah, he built on his lead up there where people had trouble. Now he just looks comfortable on this hill, in the shadows, in the chop. He is rocking it. Whoa, a little mistake there. Oh, how much will it cost him?
If you want to make one, do it on the steep. Still a little more pitch to work with to build the speed back up for the flats now.
He had 6/10. He's coming up to the second intermediate. How much did he lose? Well, 4/10.
And Ted Ligety will have to remain error-free from this point to the finish.
But I think he's lost the race on this flats in the last couple years. He knows how important it is to rock right here.
And Ligety, just 2/10 to work with. The American crosses the line, and he has got it. Ted Ligety finds a little bit of time, and the Americans in the last 2 days pick up both victories. Ligety starting the season the way he ended it, on top.
If Janka is the Iceman, Ligety is Glacier Man. He owns it.
Before, and finally a victory in Soelden for you.
Oh, it's awesome. It's free to keep rolling from last year. I knew my GS skiing was going well. It wasn't easy after it got dark in the second run. Kind of started chunking out, and I just had to fight super hard. I mean, just rolling on that last fat was hard to do after being so tired.
You had the 3 victories to start off last season, but this is your first victory in Soelden, and it's really special to win here.
I've always done so great on this hill, so it's always a good place for me to start my year because it seems to be a confidence booster every time. And yeah, it's nice. We've been training here now. It's our new home base, so it's been a good time.
So are we going to see the Ted Ligety dominance in giant slalom throughout the season once more this year?
I'd really like that. Yeah. So we'll see. You never know how it's going to go.
Congratulations.
Ted Ligety smiling and very comfortable. He said he wasn't overly nervous coming into this race, and he certainly showed it today.
God, he just has the confidence and poise to really do it on any hill, and it was really tough. You know, it's nerves of the first race. Where do you stand? Well, we know exactly where he stands, on the top of the podium.